Good morning, and welcome to another segment of My Tea for the Week. Oh, it's your girl Valerie Locust, and I know it's been over a week already. But go ahead and grab that tea and meet me at the table. And you know I got something to say. Today's subject: betrayal and foe. Listen, we've all experienced being betrayed at one time or another in our lives. And unfortunately, some of us have also been either the perpetrator, the traitor, or the foe. Now, betrayal can come from a number of places. Uh, our spouses or significant others. It can come from a family member who may have stolen our innocence. It can come from a co-worker, a business partner, a best friend. But honey, I don't care where it came from. Let us all acknowledge that the pain we felt, oh, it was real. And then trying to regroup, trying to gain or regain that trust, whether victim or foe, for some it was next to impossible. But to others, it was impossible. Yeah, because see, when we are betrayed, the immediate effect of that betrayal is the emotional impact. Yeah, the greater the trust that you put in a person, the greater the distress. And so we vow, most of us, never to ever trust that person again. And to be truthful, it even makes us skeptical to trust anybody after that point. But now, see, if we are the perpetrator or the foe, we don't truly understand just how fragile trust really is and that it can be lost in an instant. True story. 40 plus years ago, I was a newlywed, lived down south, and we lived in a double. Now, the double that we lived in would today remind you of a suite. There was like, of course, we had our separate entrances, but then there was a door that we could unlock and we could open the door up and we could actually go in each other's apartments. Well, I became real friendly with the person that lived next door to us. Her and her husband, they had a little baby. And we really got to be close, very close. We talked when I wasn't working. We'd open up the door and we shared different things. And I thought we were just really good friends. Well, at the time, she wasn't working. Her husband was working at the hospital, and my then spouse was working. And there was a opening that came available on his job. Well, we both knew that this lady was looking for some work, and she asked if he could get her an application, which he did, filled it out, took it back for her, which he did, and she got the job. Now, just as us, they only had one car. Her husband was working first shift, and I was close enough where I could walk to work. But being the good neighbor as I was, when the question came up as to if I minded if she rode to work with my then spouse, I didn't have any problem with that, and I said that was fine, okay, and all of that. She was on the job for a few months, and one day I was off. I was laying in my bedroom looking at TV, and I had a fan in the window. Well, as they were coming up the side of the house, which I could see out the window, his hand was around her shoulder. She was kind of leaning on him, on his shoulder. But by the time they got around to the front, which wasn't very far at all, she was sitting on her side of the door. He was sitting over there driving. They get out of the car. Needless to say, all you know what jumped off. Um, I was destroyed in terms of my trust, not just for him, but for her as well. And we never ever got that thing solidified. I um, didn't have nothing else to say to her naturally. She probably was embarrassed to try to say something to me, and probably was the best thing naturally. I was so angry. I did tell her husband. Long story short, they ended up moving. So betrayal can be a very, very, very dangerous situation. So let's talk about some things that happens when we are betrayed, or even if we are the traitor, perpetrator, or the foe. Number one, the first thing we will probably experience is anger and rage. Oh, yeah. Because you see, we allowed somebody into our personal space, we let our walls down, we let them see a side of us that most people probably aren't privy to. And what did they do? They took advantage of that trust. But now let's flip that coin. If you are the person who did the betrayal, chances are you were looking out for your own good, your own benefit, so you wasn't much concerned about the person that you betrayed. Number two, the hurt. Oh, yeah. Again, because the person we trusted in a million years, we never thought they would do anything to ever hurt us. Flip that coin again. But if I am the perpetrator, foe, go back to number one. The only thing at that moment that I am looking for is self gratification. What's in it for me? And therefore, I'm not concerned about the person I hurt. Number three, the pain. Oh, yeah. The pain is real, y'all. And the pain, it can be so deep. And the very question most of us probably asked ourselves is, why me? What did I do to deserve this? Honey, nothing but trusted the wrong person. Now let's flip that thing again. The person who's causing that pain, at that moment, they are emotionally detached from you. So they don't have empathy, therefore, they don't know, care, or feel what you're feeling. And then number four, oh, honey, the revenge. Oh, yeah, we know about that. Honey, we will spend days, weeks, months, even years trying to figure out a way to get them back. Oh, yeah, see, I want them to hurt like I hurt. I want you to feel just what I felt. But if I flip that coin one more time to the person who is the traitor or the foe, within a few days or so, because they don't have any empathy during that time, after a few days or so, they go on to live their life just like nothing has never happened, and have the nerve to think that you should just wake up one morning, get over it, and get to moving. Honey, listen, can we just hit them in the head with a brick and just do it like Chicken Little did, tell them the sky is falling? Ladies, listen, I know this is a very touchy subject, a very hurtful and painful subject. Trust me, I get it. I'm just trying to make light of it. But we've, for most of us, we've been around that block before, and God knows I don't ever want to have to go around that one again. But in the event that it does happen again, or flip that coin and I become the foe or the traitor, God forbid, let's talk about some things that we can do together that will help us get through it and to, Lord, help us get over it. So number one, let's understand that that betrayal was never your fault. So don't blame yourself. Don't take ownership for that. And flipping that coin, if you are the foe or the traitor, the best thing in the world you can do is to come clean to the person that you betrayed. Oh, yeah. Number two, don't beat yourself up. Don't break all of that negative energy within, trying to figure out what you did or didn't do and all of that stuff to deserve that betrayal. No, honey, again, that does not belong to you. That doesn't belong to you. So don't take ownership of it. Flip that coin. You take responsibility for what you did. You own it. That's right. Don't push it to them, they, we. No, we're not doing all of that. No. I did this wrong to this person. It is my responsibility to make it right. And then, once you come to that conclusion, offer a sincere apology. That's all. You just want to right what you did wrong. And that takes a big person to do that. And don't look for the one that you wronged to fix it. No, you broke it. So, honey, you got to fix it if you want to try to regain that trust. And then if you're the person who was betrayed, if they offer you a sincere apology, as impossible as it might seem at that point, honey, forgive them. Because forgiveness will only free you and free your heart from that prison of pain. Yeah. Forgive them, let it go. So you can walk out of that prison, take a sigh of a fresh, brand new burst of energy and air. And then try to figure out a way that you're going to try to learn to reestablish trust. May not be with that person, but this will even help you moving forward with other people that come into your circle. So, ladies, as we can see today, whether we're the victim or the foe, betrayal is a very, very painful experience. And I pray that we all will be spared from it. But even if that's not the situation and you find yourself betraying someone, just come clean and offer them a sincere apology. Vowing to yourself that you don't intend to ever do that again. And if you are the person who has been betrayed, as hard as it might be, at the moment they come to you, just muster up enough strength to forgive them and then ask God to help you to let it go. Because, ladies, life is just too short to hold on to a lot of things that are negative and don't mean us any good. And if you haven't had time to leave me a message or subscribe to my channel, please do so. I would love to hear from you. I'm your girl, Valerie Locust. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, cheers to the new and improved you.